and welcome back to the game of PaZ vs StitchStarcraft. Another matchup of Clan 99 vs TA, which stands for Terra Australis. I finally found out, so thank God I did that. But so this is game 3, the final game and the deciding game of this matchup vs PaZ, the Protoss player, and StitchStarcraft, the Blue Terran. So a bit of a review of the two games. So the first game, PaZ did manage to do a 4-gate aggression to rack up the game for game 1, and then StitchStarcraft did come back with a 3 racks aggression. So both players did end the game with tier one units. So I don't know if this game is going to be another one of those, but both of them have experienced similar rushes against each other. So game 3 would be a very interesting game because both players have been aggressive and both players did lose to aggression. So yeah, this would be very interesting. So we are playing in Lost Temple, and PaZ here is going to be spawning on the 630 position of Lost Temple, and StitchStarcraft is going to be spawning at around the 830 position. So the placement of these two players isn't the best because apparently for both players actually. You can go through this place, and it's a very short drop distance, especially for Terran. There is an advantage because this drop distance is so short that he can just fly his medevacs over and and do a very aggressive drop. So this probe and the SCV will slap each other in the face, and they will walk by. So this probe will definitely scout the Terran's base. And let's see. So over for this probe, does he scout? Nope, he doesn't scout the refinery apparently. So, but he probably expects it. He does probably expect it, but he does see this orbital of command. So right now for PaZ, he might expect a 1-rack expansion because he doesn't see this refinery, but I think he does, and he is putting that cybernetics core. We're seeing a second assimilator, so we might see either a Stargate or a robotics facility after the 3-gate. So I'm not sure what PaZ is going to do, but that can be expected from from PaZ. And we're seeing a bunker being put up by StitchStarcraft. StitchStarcraft is actually getting that factory. So I'm not sure. He might be going for a 1-1-1. Might be going for siege tank push, or he might do a Hellion drop, which is very effective before those stalkers come out. But we are seeing one stalker getting being warped in or being made. Honestly, I've honestly wanted to know that what's the difference between. Do you call every unit that comes from the Protoss base like something that's warped or something that's made? Because I don't know. But anyways, we are seeing the Zealots. So this Zealots actually, PaZ here doing a similar thing again, pushing with only a few, like 1 or 2 units. But this SCV does scout that small push by PaZ here, and this probe here is going to kill this SCV or chase it down at least. But this stalker and one zealot, I don't think is going to push up this ramp with a bunker, the second bunker even coming up. So we are seeing a reactor for StitchStarcraft and a tech lab. So we are definitely going to see some siege tanks and a marine. Siege tanks and marines for him, and we're seeing a starport. So I'm honestly still not sure. He might even go pre-igniter Hellions, and we're seeing an early expansion for PaZ. Of course, this map does have a pretty good natural expansion here because there is this concave, and you can protect it pretty well for a Protoss player, especially when you have Colossi. So, oh, we are seeing a siege tank for StitchStarcraft. So he might be doing some Marines. Yeah, I think he will definitely be doing some Marine siege tank play. But we are seeing a robotics facility for PaZ over here. And this robotics facility, I don't know what he's going to make. It would be a smart choice to go Colossi, but of course there are siege tanks. So I don't think PaZ has scouted these siege tanks. No, he doesn't even see a factory or starport, so he has no idea what's going on. And I think he should get, yes, he's getting that observer to scout. And we're seeing a tech lab. Oh, we're seeing a Raven. So this is a very interesting build. This is not anything like the Pulp timing push. If you guys have known, the Pulp Prime timing push is basically where you get a bunch of Marines, a Raven, and a few Banshees to push, because that Raven with the point defense drone can deny all those stalkers. So, but we are seeing a Raven with siege tanks and Marines. So this would be a very interesting thing to see. But we are seeing an observer go in there. So this Raven is definitely going to be able to scout this observer. Hopefully StitchStarcraft does see it and take it down. And this observer is going to see... Yes, it sees the Raven come out, and it's going to hurry back home before it dies. We're seeing an Immortal warp in. Not the best of choices, because he did see this reactor, but he does get an Immortal, which is very weak to Marines. But I don't know what PaZ is up to. He is moving his sentries over here. I'm not sure why. I don't think... Maybe he expects a drop. It would be very normal to expect a drop, but that is not what StitchStarcraft is doing. He does have 2 siege tanks and a lot of Marines. We're seeing a forge go up for PaZ over here, so we might be seeing some weapon upgrades for PaZ. Finally, siege tank is almost done researching. We're seeing a Banshee over here, so this is like I think so. Oh, he's gonna salvage both bunkers and wait for this Banshee to come out. And with this Banshee, this build is so new because for the pull timing push, you don't get siege tanks, but Shell did get siege tanks. So this is very interesting, and we're not actually seeing a lot of stalkers. We're seeing majority of sentries, and these sentries will be able to cast a force field to block off these Marines. Oh, we're actually seeing an all-in for StitchStarcraft. This is going to be very interesting. There's only one SCV left, and definitely PaZ does scout this whole army, and this whole army is going to push in here. And I don't know what's gonna go. Oh, 2 force fields, 2 very good force fields. He sieges his tank pretty late. Not good. Right now, does he put a point defense drone? No, he does. Oh, does he? Oh, yes, he does. Okay, that's great. He does, but he loses a bunch of Marines in there, and these SCVs are going to definitely die in vain. So, 2 very good force fields again. I don't know what's gonna go on with this. These stalkers have the upper range to kill out these siege tanks, but these siege tanks apparently did snipe out a lot of those stalkers because of the Raven. So he's doing some good job on protecting the Raven and the Banshee, which gives him overhead vision. So right now, actually no. Right now, I don't know what PaZ can do. He has a 5 gate. He does not have anything else. All he has is gateway units and a robotics facility, which can make Immortals. But Immortals are very ineffective against the Terran players. A bit of a late siege over there. But I don't know if these Marines... Oh, this Raven is probably going to... Oh, no, this Raven does survive. And this is going to be such a big problem for PaZ over here. He has 3 stalkers. And these siege tanks are going to blast away these gateways in no time. So, both players are actually struggling, and definitely StitchStarcraft does have the upper hand. These siege tanks are a bit out of range. They only have the range to the Marines here, so he probably has to start leapfrogging them up the ramp, and that is a risky thing to do. But these gateways are being taken out, and PaZ can't do anything because of these siege tanks. So I think StitchStarcraft does need to leapfrog them up by now. And here is an all-in for StitchStarcraft. he actually pulls them back because of the siege tanks. So he is going to go for this robotics bay even, and it gets taken out. So PaZ is definitely in a bit of trouble, and he's both players are just like walking back and forth. These siege tanks can't move because it's such a risky thing to do. And here comes the Marines. Oh, he needs to move these Marines back, and these probes are going to get sniped out so quickly, but this is going to be so bad. He loses the Raven, and there is no points defense shown. And these oh goodness, these siege tanks are going to get sniped out so quickly, and these siege tanks are definitely going down because these immortals blast through them in no time. And there goes the Terran army. But that also is the end of the probes for PaZ over here. So we are seeing a push right now, a very quick counter. It was like reflexes for PaZ because he doesn't have any economy left, and he is going to push with this. Notice that we are seeing a siege tank. I wouldn't really recommend a siege tank at the moment because, oh goodness, he lost those bunkers, and now he's going to suffer. StitchStarcraft has only 3 Marines against this many Stalkers. He's not even gonna. Oh no, that's not good. There is nothing to pull in to help, and he is even so. No. He's only got 9 supply, and there's 1 siege tank, unless this is a hero siege tank, which sieges at the wrong time. Nope. And there goes the siege tank, and it's GG for StitchStarcraft. Oh my goodness me. That was one heck of a game. I mean, that all in there was perfect timing, and it forced the siege tanks to focus fire on those probes over there, which definitely gave PaZ the time to move up his Stalker and Immortal army, which really gave him the win. So actually, PaZ here going to win this matchup against TAShiHao, and this was just one excellent game. I did not expect the Protoss to do a comeback like that, but he did. So Gratz to PaZ for winning this, and also thanks to StitchStarcraft for playing. Notice that this is a friendly. It's not some professional tournament out there, but TA is a professional clan, and I hope you guys check their link out because I will be putting it on the information box. So this is the conclusion of this matchup, and we will be moving on to more games. So thank you guys for watching this, and peace out.